The call came while I was standing in the kitchen, staring at a ring that no longer felt like metal. It felt like a test. Her voice was calm. Too calm. The kind of calm people use when they've already rehearsed the damage. "I've been thinking," she said. A pause. A breath I didn't take. "I need to experience other men to know if you're really the one. Otherwise, the ring is off." The words landed softly. No shouting, no tears, just precision. Like she was negotiating a contract, not amputating a future. I said nothing. Inside my chest, something folded inward. Not broke, folded, carefully, like a blade being put back into its sheath. She kept talking, explaining, justifying, talking about growth, about certainty, about how marriage deserved no doubts. She said my name like it might soften the sentence. I watched the second hand on the clock tick forward. When she finally stopped, waiting for my reaction, I smiled. I could hear it in my voice. "Okay," I said. Silence on the line. "You're okay with that?" I looked at the ring again. The diamond caught the light and threw it back at me, sharp and cold. "Yes," I said. "Do what you need to do." She laughed, relieved. She told me she loved my maturity, my understanding. She said this would make us stronger. I hung up before she could say anything else. That night I didn't sleep. I didn't cry. I didn't drink. I planned. By morning I was efficient, surgical. I called the venue first. Calm voice, polite apology. Cancellation confirmed. I returned the ring. The clerk asked if I wanted store credit. I said no, I wanted distance. I packed what mattered. Clothes, documents, silence. By noon, the apartment was empty except for her things. The life she thought was waiting for her. By evening, she was experiencing. She didn't know I'd already left the city. Her call came at 11:47 p.m. Panicked, broken, her voice cracked in places I'd never heard before. "Why is the venue calling me? Why did the jeweler email me? Why are your things gone?" I let her talk. Let the fear bloom. Then I spoke. "The wedding's off," I said. "What? No, this was part of figuring things out." "Enjoy your experience," I said. "I'm done." She screamed my name as I hung up. I didn't block her. I didn't need to. Because the truth was, this wasn't about other men, and she was about to learn what it feels like to lose control of a story you thought you were directing. She didn't stop calling. Voicemails stacked like fractures in her voice, rage slipping into panic dissolving into pleading. She swung between accusing me of betrayal and begging me to come back, as if volume could rewrite reality. I listened to none of them. I already knew what she was, not because she wanted other men, because she believed she could pause me, put me on a shelf, come back if nothing better appeared. That kind of confidence doesn't grow overnight. It leaves footprints. Weeks before her confession, there were signs I didn't confront, late replies wrapped in fake exhaustion. Her phone tilted just enough away from me, sudden girls' nights that smelled like cologne she didn't wear. I didn't accuse. I archived. When she said she needed to experience, it wasn't a beginning. It was a slip. So while she was busy rewriting her morality, I did something quieter. I forwarded her voicemails to one email address, the one she didn't know I still had access to, her backup, the same place she stored photos she never showed me, messages she never deleted, a timeline she assumed no one would bother to piece together. But I did. Names, dates, overlaps, men she'd already experienced. Before the ring, after the ring, sometimes while wearing it. The night she finally reached me again, her voice was wrecked. "I made a mistake," she whispered. "I didn't think you'd actually leave." That sentence told me everything. I met her once. Public place, daylight, no shadows to hide in. She reached for my hand. I moved it away gently, like correcting a child. "I didn't leave because you wanted certainty," I said calmly. She looked confused, hopeful. "I left because you already knew." Her face drained. I slid my phone across the table, opened to a folder. Let her scroll. Each swipe peeled something off her. The color, the posture, the belief she was in control. "That was before we were serious," she said weakly. I didn't blink. "Then why did you call it experiencing?" I asked. "Why not honesty?" She cried then. Real tears, ugly ones. I stayed still. "I never cheated," I continued. "I just stepped aside and watched you finish what you'd started." She reached for excuses. I stood up before she could form them. As I walked away, she said the thing she thought would hurt me most. "You'll never find someone who understands you like I did." I turned once. "That was the problem," I said. "You understood me and still thought I'd stay." I didn't block her after that. She stopped calling on her own. Some people don't deserve revenge. They deserve clarity. And the sound of a door closing they'll never hear open again.